Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Nine Sim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. Where are the Arab Americans? Where are you people? I thought you all said Black people are your problems. Black people are colonizers. Black people are selfish. Black people do not care about you. Now come. The person that you said cares about you is already on what did they have on the throne, right? And he has actually said what he is going to do for you people. You are going to see the video by yourself. The reality is that you all do not listen. You know what? I do not have pity for anybody. I am not going to pity for anybody. Why? Because I have been here all day, all night, screaming, talking about all this. Not just me. I mean, Black people, because if I say me, it looks like no. Black people have been screaming. They scream so hard that you all call them colonizers and call them names, even call them G-sides, right? Now we will know who the real person is because it is about to happen. You see, you know what? He also said it yesterday after the inauguration that he has something great that he's going to build in Gaza. That is resort will be coming to Gaza. You all think you are smart. And for the Muslim American that said they promised them peace, now you and peace will be fighting real soon. Stay glued. Let's get into
all those people who went back to Starbucks and McDonald's because they thought Palestinians caused Trump to win the election.
I looked at a picture of Gaza. Gaza is like a massive demolition site. That place it's really got to be rebuilt in a different way.
Are you there to help rebuilding Gaza?
I might. You know, Gaza is interesting. It's a phenomenal location. On the sea, best weather. You know, everything's good. It's like some beautiful things could be done with it, but it's very interesting. But some fantastic things could be done with Gaza.
How do you see the future in governance for Gaza?
Well, it depends. I can't imagine you certainly can't have the people that were there. Most of them are dead. Most of them are dead. But they didn't exactly run it well. Run viciously and badly. So you can't have that.
What's this little girl's name? Maya, right? Yeah. Somebody let her know that instead of trying to antagonize Black people, instead of showing us further how anti-Black and racist she is towards Black people, somebody let her know that she's got other things to think about. I told y'all, Donald Trump and Bibi Netanyahu has got plans. It's a wonderful location, Donald Trump just said, as he's signing those executive orders on day one of his presidency. Wonderful location, beautiful weather. The people that were there, they can't stay. Most of them are dead. They can't stay. They didn't run it very well. Wonderful things can be done over in that location. Yeah, tell her to leave Black people the fuck alone. Tell her to keep Black people's names out of her fucking mouth. She's got other things to worry about. She needs to worry about her land and her people.
Who went back to Starbucks and McDonald's because they thought Palestinians caused Trump to win the election.
I looked at a picture of Gaza. Gaza is like a massive demolition site. That place is...
Maya, it wasn't everybody. I sounded that alarm, bitch. It was me. I did that. And it is your fault. It is your people's fault. Y'all were part of the problem. Right along with Cubans, white women, and Latinos. Because, baby, we didn't. 92% of Black women, 82% of Black men didn't. It is your fault. Your home is about to be destroyed and become a resort. You disappeared from December to January. You just popped up 3 days ago. Where the fuck you been? I don't hear you talking about what Trump is about to do to your home. I see you making skits. I don't see you fighting anymore. You are a joke. Because of your ignorance, your people are going to suffer because you tried to promote hate at Kamala Harris with her anti-blackness and trying to put the war on Gaza on her shoulders when she had no kind of fucking power. But she was the only one listening to y'all in those crowds. She was the only one asking for a ceasefire. She was the only one willing to meet y'all at the table so we can get this shit fixed. But now your home is going to become a resort. Mass deportation is on the list. You better hope that your friends and family are all locked in and they don't just have green cards, because that is not going to save you. So once again, it was me. I told my black people to go back to Starbucks. I told them we sitting out for the next 4 years. We ain't doing shit. I'm going to sit back and watch as this man tries to mass deport your people. Denaturalize y'all. This is what you asked for. This is what you wanted. This is what you got. And send y'all to a place he plans on flattening anyways. Congratulations, you played yourself. Oh, and where's your friend Jill Stein? Where's your girl at? You heard from her, so she got y'all money. Stupid ass.
All those people who went back to Starbucks and McDonald's.
So, real quick, y'all remember the Abandon Harris movement? Just one moment before I go further. Has anybody seen Jill Stein or Cornel West lately? Yeah, Jill Stein had their endorsement, by the way. But I digress. Moving right along. So you all remember the Abandon Harris movement of Muslim Americans who told us, especially in Dearborn, Michigan, that if we supported Kamala Harris, we wasn't welcome in their community. Y'all remember them? Well, they said they were parting ways with the vice president because of the administration's policy over Gaza. And they said if you didn't vote for Jill Stein, vote for Donald Trump, because that was a better choice than the presidency that also got a ceasefire deal in place before they left office. But I digress. But is this your guy? Is this your guy?
Mr. President, that you can keep the ceasefire in Gaza and conclude the 3 phases of the deal?
I'm not confident. That's not our war, it's their war, but apologize. I'm not confident.
So basically, Donald Trump says the ceasefire deal that the Biden administration hammered out on the last days that saw the release of the first wave of hostages and prisoners is basically not sustainable for this administration into phase 2 and phase 3. But you know what he did say was a possibility?
It's really got to be rebuilt in a different way.
Do you plan to help in rebuilding Gaza?
I might. You know, Gaza's interesting. It's a phenomenal location. On the sea, the best weather. You know, everything's good. It's like some beautiful things could be done with it.
So you all traded off those of us who were actually protesting with you all over the spring for this. This your man's who wants to rebuild Gaza in the image of the French Riviera. The only thing standing in the way is the people.
Do we all remember this man? This is the imam from Dearborn who endorsed Donald Trump this past October. He was invited to speak at Trump's inauguration today, but guess who was not present? And neither were any of Trump's promises to the Arab American and Muslim American communities. But you know who did take center stage today? Zionism. In fact, it was the Zionist Organization of America who urged Trump's inaugural committee to cancel the plans for Imam al-Husseini to speak today. The group cited his past refusal to call Hezbollah a terror group, saying it would send a terrible message and place a black mark on President Trump's term to give an anti-Semite and Hezbollah apologist a prominent platform at the inauguration. But do you want to know who was present? Miriam Adelson, the pro-Israel mega donor who contributed to both Trump and Netanyahu's re-election campaign, as well as AIPAC funds. Adelson gave the Trump campaign $100 million, making her the third largest donor to his campaign behind Elon Musk. It's been reported that Adelson contributed so much to the Trump campaign because of a promise that Trump would recognize Israeli sovereignty over the West Bank and allow for the expansion of illegal settlements that she directly funds. And here she is sitting center stage. Trump was never a friend to Muslims, and certainly not to the Palestinian cause. The only winner here is Zionism.
Black people, it's enough. We need to go ahead and organize again in the street and volunteer to get our ass beat as a group. It's time to be pepper sprayed. It's time to get out there and chant, no justice, no peace, in our peaceful protest. The other Black Lives Matter movement, 93% of the protests were peaceful. And I want to get that up to 100%. All I want to hear is the chants of no justice, no peace, as we peacefully march down these streets. You stand there and you let them pepper spray you. When they put rubber bullets in you, you take it and run away. Hopefully, they use real bullets this time, because that'll show them. No matter how much you beat us, no matter how much you kill us, police, no matter how much you keep us oppressed, we will take it until you're tired of hurting us. And for each of us that dies, for each one of us that you kill from here on out, we won't fight back. Instead, we're gonna go find a white-owned t-shirt company and print the faces and names of the Black people that y'all have killed. We're gonna buy megaphones. Oh, so many megaphones. But first, we're gonna get the permits necessary for Black people to protest. And you tell us the time and day that is convenient for y'all. That'll give you time to get the National Guard and the other racist police and everybody you need to prepared. We're ready. We can take it. There will be no peace without justice until after the 2 hours you gave us to protest. And this time, it's going to be a single file line. And we want your best pepper spray. Get your thickest rubber bullets. Don't bring out the National Guard. Bring the real military this time. Those trained in combat. The ones that have been deployed and seen how to commit mass violence correctly. We can take it. For 400 years we've been taking it. And I don't care if it takes another year, another century, another 2 centuries, hell, a millennia. We are going to let you beat us to a pulp until you finally get tired of it and grow some humanity. I'm ready to sacrifice myself and show the world who doesn't give a damn what you're doing to us. And my children and my children's children and their children will suffer through this oppression. And I pray to God that they do it peacefully. And white people, y'all keep doing the work. Keep repeating what Black people say and presenting it as your own ideas. People of color, if you need Black people, let us know. We will drop everything that we are doing and let you use our voices, overshadow our movement. Y'all don't need to give anything in return. We want to suffer alone. We want you to prosper so that you can continue to be one of our oppressors too. Black people, stay weak, because in weakness is power. And I speak for all Black people.
So used to Black women's unwavering and unquestioning support that they almost feel entitled to it to a certain degree. So here's what I foresee happening now that Black women en masse, the 92%, have said we are protecting our peace, we are withdrawing, we are burning the capes, and we are stepping back. This is something I noticed a lot in the first administration, 2016 to 2020, that is absolutely going to get worse, in part because Black women have verbalized and vocalized that they will be stepping back, but also because TikTok especially is such a toxic platform. So here's what's going to happen. If you are a Black woman who people feel or people are used to you speaking about certain causes and your energy being used to support these causes, what they are going to do is they are going to start tagging you in certain things. Once it begins, once it begins, because the clock has already started. So once it begins, a lot of people are going to start rushing to your comment sections and asking you, did you hear did you hear this? Did you hear that? Or they're going to start tagging you in certain things. People are going to say that they're doing it under the guise of wanting you to be informed, or, oh my God, did you see this crazy thing happening? What they're trying to do is bait you into a response, bait you into a reaction, because they know Black women, again, are going to step in. Black women are going to speak up for people who cannot even be bothered to speak up for themselves, as we see demonstrated with how people showed up to the polls. These people won't even show up for themselves, and they won't vote in their own best interest, but they will expect you to be the mouthpiece of support and to get the ball rolling on whatever cause or issue that will benefit them. Here's what's also going to happen. Black women said that they were resting and taking a step back. That is also going to be used to simultaneously silence Black women when they choose to speak up. Because certain Black women who have built their platforms off of talking about certain issues and causes. My page, for example, I talk a lot about current events and DEI here, and already people have started using the, oh, I thought you were resting, as a way to silence Black women. So if they're not able to bait you and try to activate you into a response, what they're also going to do is use that I thought y'all were resting in an attempt to silence you. 2016, 2020, it was contained to mostly Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Now it's going to make its way over to TikTok, which is a very deeply toxic platform. So Black women on this app, if you speak about certain issues on your page, even if you don't speak about certain issues on your page, just be prepared. If you see people tagging you in certain news events, current events, articles, etc., this person said this person said that, did you see what they tweeted? Did you see what that person tweeted? They're trying to bait you into a response. They want you to be their personal attack dogs. Be mindful of people moving with this energy. They are agents of chaos. Protect your peace. People.
In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families. Some who fear for their lives. The people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meat packing plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals. They may not be citizens or have the proper documentation, but the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes and are good neighbors. They are faithful members of our churches and mosques, synagogues, wadara, and temples. I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities whose children fear that their parents will be taken away, and that you help those who are fleeing war zones and persecution in their own lands to find compassion and welcome here.
A bishop today during the National Prayer Service asked Donald Trump and his family to have some consideration for the illegal immigrants who are scared in our country right now. And to be quite honest, the media is only going down to the border all of a sudden after 4 years to just get video and content of these people crying at the border because the app was closed down and their appointments were canceled. But why now? Why now are all of you guys concerned with the border? Because you know Donald Trump is a man of his word and he's going to do something about it? You see, here's the problem. The problem is illegal immigration. All of these people thought that they could walk into this country and do absolutely whatever they wanted, get money, spend taxpayer dollars, and that there would be no repercussion for it. And now that that gravy train is gone and they know that Trump is going to do something about it, all of a sudden, all of these people want to talk about illegal immigration. Where were all of these people trying to get these people legal status in the last 4 years? And let me be very clear. The problem is not immigration. It is illegal immigration. It is the amount of taxpayer dollars that we have spent on illegal immigrants in this country when our own people are suffering. There are people in North Carolina in freezing, blistering cold weather who are still sleeping in tents and on the street. The level of homelessness in this country is absolutely disgusting. And so many of our veterans who fought for this country are left on the streets. So no, it's not that Donald Trump doesn't have a heart. It is America first, and we need to take care of American people. And it is not our responsibility to take care of anybody who comes into this country, especially the people who disrespect this country and want to come in illegally. And before you get your panties all up in a wad, my mother-in-law was an illegal immigrant who came here, and it took her 28 years to become a citizen. So I know firsthand what that looks like and that it's possible.
This is all I got from this video, and I want to say something before I start my commentary. I don't know Crystal Black in person, but if anybody know, if you know Crystal Black, tell her that I love her. She is brilliant. And when you see one, you appreciate it. I appreciate Crystal Black. She is awesome. She is everything. Black woman. She is very brilliant. I love you, Crystal Black. All right, let's get into this video. You all remember that last year, it's a new year. Last year, Maya and Co. with some other Black people were also pushing her, because I saw everything. When I say I see everything going on, I see everything going on. She came out to talk about her. I mean, she's Palestinian. I don't know where she lives, but I think she lives maybe in US or something. I am not sure where she lives, right? I mean, like, Black people were at the forefront during the protests and everything, and they're also speaking out for them till it was almost time for election. And Black people said, at this point, we are going to pause. Let's go back home and see what is happening in our home, because we cannot be in our home, and our home is burning, and we are out there helping other people, right? So Black people decided to start talking about their own politics, because election was almost like, some month. And then Joe Biden, Joe Biden eventually said that he is stepping down for Kamala Harris. And everything went from 0 to 100. Black people became the most selfish people on earth. I mean, we thought it was going to subside so that everybody can, no. They started organizing themselves and started doing what they know how to do best. And at some point, it became going back and coming back, they started going back and forth, right? At some point, they said Black people are selfish, Black people are colonizers, Black people, they send Black armies to come and in their own country, there is nothing they did not say. Why? Because it was Black people wanted the best for themselves, and who would not want the best for him or herself? Absolutely, every other person would do the same. So at some point, Kamala Harris also became a G-side, because that was what they called her. The worst part of this is that they left their president to attack Kamala Harris. Now, I am going to ask this. How do you attack somebody that do not have power to stop some certain things? For everything Kamala Harris does, she gets approval from the president. I mean, absolutely, she runs errand because that is her duty. I am sorry to use errand, right? But you all understand the duty of president and vice president. Vice president is inactive. When I say inactive, I mean inactive in a way that they cannot do something by themselves. They can't wake up and take executive order because they do not have that power to do it. It became a problem that she is the one doing everything going on in Gaza. How? Then why did they leave the president aside to comfort the woman? I really do not understand. At some point, I was actually thinking that they thought that Kamala Harris is not the acting president. But no, they knew she was the vice president. But it became really very bad, right? And majority of them, including this Maya, told them her people do not vote for Kamala Harris. You can vote for Joe Stein or vote for Donald Trump, like joke. And the Arabs, Americans, they came together, they agreed that they are voting for the other person. And now, do you know what Black people told them? Black people specifically told them, we know why we are trying as much as we can to get this person into power. Why? Because we feel like we could talk to her, right? And when she has the power, she will be able to subside some certain things. They said no. Black people told them that they will do some certain things there, and you all will not do anything. So let's do what is best for everybody. They said, nah, Black people are very selfish. If you all like, they told Black people to forget about themselves and the election and focus on them, because they are the only one that is more important now. Forgetting that Black people actually left Congo, Sudan, Haiti, and every other countries to listen to them. And Black people said, though, we have to focus on ourselves and do the best. They said there is no genocide that is as important as what is happening to them. So from there, that was where the whole, for those that do not, that was where the whole problem started. And before the election, Trump told them that if they did not resolve that is going on over there, and if he ends up being the president, right, that he is going to Gaza and build resorts. They thought it was a joke. Did you hear this? I think this particular video you are seeing now happened yesterday. That was the interview he had yesterday. Who is winning now? Who is winning now? Now for the bishop that stood out there to call his attention to some certain things, the gay rights and immigrants. I love her courage. She is very courageous for her to stand out there to do that. But I do not have any pity for all these people because they choose what is happening to them. So I have nothing to say about that anymore. They are carrying their cross, right? And for that, you see that, what's that woman? Rosanne or something. See that woman? She is a Latino. That's why I see there is something that I have learned about them. Some of them, when they achieve something, they do not want to even hear that their own people. I don't know why they are like that. She is now American citizen, but she does not want her own people to have that opportunity. That tells you a whole lot. One thing I have noticed about Trump supporters is that, I'm sorry, but when they start, any other person around them, they don't care, including people, Black people too. Check around those Black conservatives. They do not care. But you know what? I am hanging my boots. And the reality is that Black women already traveled. They are on vacation. Enjoy your vacation, Black people, Black men, Black women. I am going to drop my arms here. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.